Hello and welcome to the Slackware on vlog. I'm Stuart Winter, the platform architect and developer of the project, and we have Brent Earl, who's a co-developer, mostly does R&D and hacking on stuff. Hi Brent, how are you doing?
Hello.
And so what we're doing in this episode is I've received my Raspberry Pi 5 and all of the bits. So in this episode, I thought I'd assemble my Raspberry Pi 5. It arrived a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't done anything with it yet, apart from just actually unbox well, open the box and make sure everything I ordered is in it. It seems to be. So at the moment, I can't install Slackware AR64 on it because I haven't finished the development yet. Getting there, mostly done. There's a couple of other things to do on the Raspberry Pi 4 first to finish off a few updates and things like that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Once I've finished that, I can just run the SARE tool to create a new version of the Slackware ARM installer to run on the Raspberry Pi with the Raspberry Pi fork, because I don't think mainline's going to cut it on there. If it did, though, I should be able to just boot the Raspberry Pi 4 image. It should just work, but it probably won't. Have you tried that, by the way, Brent? Have you tried
Mainline,
booting the
mainline or the fork?
main lines with 6.12?
So I tried it, but there's something weird with the modules. It doesn't exactly find everything, or I think
Oh,
everything exists, but I don't think the support's complete in the kernel.
probably not. It's pretty
Yeah,
old, the 6.12 kernel, anyway.
and I
So,
think the next step I had like a to-do list, was to look for patches, but then I'm like, let's just use the fork because it's just easier.
yeah,
That was a nightmare on the four, so. The Raspberry
yeah,
Pi
okay.
4.
All right. That's what I thought. So, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'll assemble it now, and then once I finish off with the final bits on the Raspberry Pi 4 work, um, then should be able to just create a new installer image with the Raspberry Pi kernel fork from the Raspberry Pi developers, um, and just boot it. I assume, yeah,
Yeah,
should work.
I have a version of the platform script that does it puts everything on a fat partition, like they
Mhm.
designed it for the Raspberry Pi OS. And then I have another with a separate boot that boots the kernel directly from the native bootloader. And they both work pretty well, so
Okay, good. Well, the new installer for the Raspberry Pi, well, not just the installer, but the OS as well, it won't have a separate boot partition anymore. It's already
yeah.
been dispensed with. So the new version of the Bear installer that I uploaded the other day, which is the one without all the packages on it, that doesn't have a boot partition anymore. So it's just the kernel and the init ID and the native bootloader assets all live on a single VFAT partition.
Yeah, that's what I have in one of them. So it works on my end too, so.
Let's get on with building this, well, assembling the Raspberry Pi 5. Okay, so we've got the Raspberry Pi power supply. Okay, well, that doesn't need assembling. Right, we've got the case, which is, let's just open the case. So, so this is Raspberry Pi, the Raspberry Pi 5 case for hats and coolers. Okay, so because of where this is going to be installed, um, yeah, because of where this is going to be installed, it has to have a case. I can't just have a bare machine with an enormous, like 2 foot sized fan sitting on it. So
Yeah.
it's going to have to, yeah, it has to go in a case. So that's why I bought this case. But this case also allows me to fit the NVMe card in it and the regular fan, which should be in here somewhere. Yeah, the regular fan, which is here.
Oh yeah.
This is the active cooler.
Yeah. It works good too.
Okay. I had planned or have planned on also making this machine part of the build cluster because it's kind of reasonably well spec'd. But if it can't handle, if like the fan, the cooling can't handle it doing compiled jobs, it just won't be part of the cluster. It's fine by me. And then it'll just be a machine that plays media to a 1080p TV, basically. So yeah, that's fine. I don't mind if it can't, if the fan can't handle.
There is one thing that I noticed: the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi is pretty weak with the
Okay.
active cooler on it. I don't know if it was the way that I configured it or something, but
Okay.
the range is not very high for the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So
Okay. That shouldn't be a problem for me because I'm going to plug a remote. I'm going to plug a Bluetooth keyboard into it. I've got a Logitech one that I use in the house. I want to buy another one because it works and it's good. And that plugs into the USB port with the Bluetooth, so it's not going to use the onboard Bluetooth anyway. And Wi-Fi is going to be connected via a cable, so
yeah,
it shouldn't be a problem for me. But that's good to know. Okay, so we've got the case. We've got, what else have we got? Oh, this is my NVMe. This is actually from the Pinebook Pro because my Pinebook Pro is dead. I mean, it's not coming back to life. So I've removed that the other day. I haven't checked the spec on that though, but it should hopefully fit and be the same spec. If it doesn't, I'll just have to buy a new one. But I thought I'd at least try and reuse the NVMe because it was fine.
is that the 512 or the 256 gigabyte?
256 gigs, 250 gigs. Here's my NVMe Shield. Well, it says NVMe Shield. It's actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to assemble it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So you have to put all these things together with the spacers and stuff. Now, the good thing about this is that on the website, so if well, let's not do that yet. Because on the website, they do give you instructions of how to install this stuff or how to assemble it. So let's just see there whether does that should do. Yeah, okay. So that snaps in, and then you just put a little screw over the end to keep it in place. And then presumably that little connector on the end is where you plug one of these. You can see those or not, but where you plug one of these in.
Yeah, a
I
little
don't,
ribbon.
I don't know why there's two of them though, but I guess we'll figure that out when I have a look at are they both the same? That is 5 volts. What's this? It doesn't say anything. Okay, I'll have to look at the instructions for that. Okay, well anyway, at least that plugs in, so that's a good start. Then we've got the HDMI adapter. Okay, well that goes on the easy pile along with the power supply. And what else is there? Oh, and then we've got the battery backup for the CMOS.
Yeah.
Well, the clock, the real-time clock. It's getting mixed up with this PC. Right. So yeah, that can go on the easy pile as well. Okay, so so I've unboxed the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so there's the Raspberry Pi 5, Raspberry Pi 5. So we've got our 2 USB ports, USB 3 and I guess USB 2. And it has a USB. Is that the USB-C? It's just for the power, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the other two are micro HDMI
Yeah.
for dual monitors.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the GPIO pin. Do you know if the GPIO pin layout is the same as the Raspberry Pi 4?
It is, yeah.
It's the same.
Because
Oh,
I
good.
had
So
to look it up. I looked it up to it so I could attach fans to it.
Comes with heat sinks. No, it doesn't actually.
Oh
This is what we need, Brent.
yeah, plug that guy in.
We need to put this on the Raspberry Pi. Boom.
Yeah, you have to get one of
It's a
those
graphics
NVIDIA
card.
boards and plug it into that thing.
Yeah. Somebody gave me that a while ago. Right. So, but look, okay, so the active cooler actually looks, if it has,
Yeah,
okay, so I don't need any of that garbage anyway.
be real careful how quickly you peel it off, though, because
Yes.
the contacts could come with the cover or
Yeah.
the film. Eh,
Right, so those are plugged in, so that's good. Is it not coming
Maybe it goes on
through?
the other way. Doesn't, where's the ribbon cable plug into the drive? Or not ribbon cable, but whatever the connector is.
Oh, that's here. So that's normal. I mean, that just goes directly down by the look of it. That's fine. But it's also talking about 5 volt in, but it doesn't come. I don't think it's.
There is a plug on there
Yeah, but
on the other side.
there's no cable for it. There's no power.
Oh,
Does it not come
yeah,
with one?
that would suck.
That's enough for now. I think what I'll do is though, yeah, I will power it on. I'll plug it together, power it on, yeah, then put it in the case as the final step, because otherwise I'm going to have it in and out, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's plug in the HDMI. Right, and then, so that's in to my monitor, which should be, oh yeah, it's on. Okay, so the Raspberry Pi has booted. Obviously, it's not going to boot any OS because it doesn't have one, but it does turn on. So that is a good start. That is a really good start. So it works. So yeah, that's good. I'm not actually really expecting much on the serial, or anything actually on the serial console, so I'm not worried about that. Where did that LED come from? What's on the LED? Is that because the board has the NVMe board? Oh, okay. So the NV this is kind of precarious here. So the NVMe, it does actually have a light on it. So it does have an activity light. So maybe that's all I need. I don't know. I wonder whether oh, hold on. This is good. This is good news. Look. Okay, so this is great because that means it's working. This is the Kingston NVMe. So it's detected, but obviously it can't boot off it because there's nothing on it. So before I assemble everything and put it into the case, I'm going to make sure I can boot Slackware on it first. All right, so I think that will do for this session. We've come some way. I'll have to just finish this off at a later stage, but we're getting there anyway. So, all right, well, thanks for keeping me company, Brent. It's
Yeah, no problem.
part of the journey. Thanks for everyone's support, and I'll see you in your next episode.
See ya.
Bye bye.